สวัสดีค่ะ It's Christmas and New Year coming very soon. I create this menu for everybody to make it to celebrate Christmas and New Year together with your family. Enjoy. Let's get started. สวัสดีค่ะ Welcome back to Bim's Kitchen. This time I'm gonna try to show everybody the revised version.So easy for everybody to knead by hand. So here I have 350 gram of my milk and 200 gram of my sourdough starter. I have this time I'm gonna add a little bit more because I'm gonna make a dinner roll. This is 50 gram and I had 100 gram of butter melted. I have 100 gram of lard.This one I make it by myself. And I have 20 gram of salt. I have 3 eggs. So what I'm doing here, I'm gonna put all the wet ingredients together and then add into the dough. Okay. And then I'm also gonna add sugar, even the salt.In the same time, so we don't have to. My container is a little bit small, so I'm gonna try to mix the eggs and the milk together first, and then I'm gonna add in the melted butter. Okay, and then the lard I'm gonna mix in here.So after I have everything here, because the container is too small, so after I have everything here, I'm gonna continue mixing. The reason I add the butter into the cold milk because my butter is a little bit warm. I just warm in the microwave. So easy peasy.Oops, sorry. Last but not least is the lard. Okay, now I'm gonna use my hand to mix everything, yummy thing together, make it fun. Okay, after I have it mixed well, so I can see that the temperature of my wet ingredient is slightly cold.That's because I used the starter straight from the fridge. So my room temperature is 25. Okay, so now I'm gonna add the flour, 1 kilogram flour. This one is bread flour.So this time gonna be easy. A little bit wet to make a bun, but you know, you can always adjust to suit with your temperature in your room. And don't forget that I live in a tropical country, Thailand. The climate is really humid and very hot, so try to put the dough together like that. So I told you this is a wet dough because we add like 100 gram more liquid from lard and butter.So I'm gonna use the stretch and fold and coil stretch and fold for this one. So I'm not gonna knead by hand. Okay, I hope this video will help to solve the problem for those who follow my recipe and it doesn't work. So this time hopefully it worked. Now we're gonna come back in 30 minutes. But before that, let me scrap all the side of the container. Okay, my room temperature is 25 degrees, so we are gonna coming back in 30 minutes. This is the dough after 30 minutes. So what we're doing here, I'm gonna kind of knead them a little bit to make sure they are together nicely. So I'm gonna use the scatter to stick them, all of them into the dough, and I'm gonna knead it by hand. Okay. Okay, this is the dough after 30 minutes. We're gonna knead it by hand. Become really nice and soft. I'm not gonna use knead too long because we're gonna do stretch and fold or coil stretch and fold later. I just gonna make sure that they are formed together or the mixture is mixed well together. So after you rest the dough, it is very easy to work with. See? In a container. See you another 30 minutes. This is the second mix. We're gonna use stretch and fold. So you're gonna need to stretch out as much as possible. The good thing about stretch and fold is you can see what dough is not mixing because the lumpy part gonna show, but when you knead it you don't really see. Okay, this is the dough, the second mix, or again I'm gonna try to knead by hand. Yeah, I can feel that there is no lumpy part. Nice and smooth. Hopefully we're gonna get the window pane taste. Rest the dough again. Come back in 30 minutes. Okay, this is our third mix. I'm gonna use, ooh, stretch out nicely. Stretch and fold. Whoops. This is the third time. Now we need one more time to finish this. Now this is our last stretch and fold. So I'm gonna kind of check the window pane test. Perfect, we get the window pane test. So we're gonna let it rest for 3 hours. Okay, this is our dough after 3 hours proofing at 25 degrees Celsius. Okay, before we shaping, we're gonna check our temperature. My room is 25 degrees Celsius. We're gonna check the dough temperature. My dough is 24 because I proof in the cooler box. I just turned the aircon on. So that is good. We're gonna shape the dough now. Okay, we're gonna cut the dough into small portion. Add okay, we're gonna make my first time making this. It's time to make it. It's Christmas time. Now we're gonna add the inclusion after we spread the dough out. Okay, I make the ham here, I chop it up and cook it because I don't want the extra water in the ham to stop the proofing process of the dough. Okay, before they add the inclusion, I'm gonna brush the dough with egg wash. So then all the inclusion can be stick on the dough easily. My inclusion gonna be ready to make sure everybody having nice ham and cheese. We're gonna let the edge empty because we need to stick the dough. Okay. Now we're gonna add cheese. I mix with cheddar and mozzarella. Not too much mozzarella because we don't want it to be melted during we baking. So I'm gonna take some of mozzarella out. I'm gonna add more cheddar into the mixture. This is gonna be yummy bread. Now I'm gonna add some parmesan. Okay, I'm gonna add parmesan cheese. This is gonna be yummy. Now I'm gonna brush egg wash on the edge of the dough. So this way the dough will stick together nicely. Okay. Then I take another dough that I rolled earlier. Put on top. So after that, we're gonna use the little cup, put in the middle. Is that in the middle? Into the parchment paper. Okay, now I know what to do. Impossible to do that. It's gonna ruin the beauty. So what I'm doing here, I'm just gonna flip over the tray. Then I'm gonna use parchment paper to tight, and then I'm gonna use another tray to flip over. Hopefully it's working. Yes. Just readjust it a little bit. This is my Starbrad. Now we just let the dough proof for about 2 or 3 hours. This is after 3 hours. We're gonna brush with egg wash and readjust to make its nice shape, and then we baking at pre-oven at 180 degrees for about 30 minutes. I keep turning them around to make sure it's baked evenly. And this is what we got. Beautiful savory Starbread, perfectly for Christmas appetizer and celebrate together with your family. I hope you enjoy this video and Merry Christmas and Happy New Year, Happy Holiday สวัสดีค่ะ